Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Apotheosis. I totally left the cast muted this week until the video was finished.
Illy-woo.
Okay, let's go around and let's do all the things. Hi everyone, welcome. Check out our social links, first of all. Discord, Twitter, YouTube, it's all there. Go and check it out. Also, go and check out our sponsors. The Deck of Many is one of our sponsors. They make the Deck of Many Things and the Deck of Many animated spell cards. Go and check those out. Also, check out Mageham Press, who create 5e content for alternate systems, including space, seas, and all of that good stuff. We do have a tweet. Go and check out the tweet, retweet the tweet, and let your friends know where you are and where you are hanging out. Without further ado, Mackenzie.
Oh, hi! Yo, I'm so excited for today. But I am Mackenzie Lane D on Twitter. You can call me Mac. Today I am repping some sweet Scratticus Academy merch. Wait, there we go. I am a tabletop role-playing games online content creator. You can find me here every week in the DM's chair for Apotheosis for the next 3 weeks. It's almost over, oh my god. You can also find me as a player in Tactics and Diplomacy on Mondays on this channel, and in Encounter Roleplays Broken Crown every Wednesdays. If streams aren't your thing, you can listen to me in podcast form coming soon as we relaunch One-on-One, a D&D duet campaign, so you can learn more about that at One-on-One-DNB on Twitter. Last but certainly not least, check out the stuff that I write on both DM's Guild and Itch.io. My latest announcement was Canaro's Candy Compendium, a collection of 50 magical candies for your D&D games. It comes out tomorrow morning. Heck, I'm so excited. We might see some of them today. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, let's go around as per usual and meet our lovely, lovely cast. It was mentioned on Twitter, but unfortunately, our dear lovely Raven will not be able to join us for the rest of the campaign, but we love her anyways, and you should still check out all the wonderful things she does over on Co-op Podcast and Book and Bitch. She's awesome, and we love her so, so much. So let's go down to Joshua. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Look at that lovely stack of advantages sitting next to my face. Hopefully I'll use them this week. Yes, I am Joshua Barbeau at Joshua Barbeau on Twitter. You can check me out there. I do all kinds of fun things, like I am running a Dungeons and Dragons game on Twitter where everyone on Twitter can help play the central character. What else am I doing? I am writing work for a soon-to-release thing on the DM's Guild, so you can find out about that. And I do streams like this one, where I play Sasira, an excited big brother to Cepheus, a Minotaur monk paladin who really just wants to dance, as we learned last session. Or was it the session
great.
Before? It was
last session.
Everything. Okay, fantastic. It was last session. So yeah, that's me. I'm looking forward to having more fun this week.
That sounded so threatening. Why did that sound? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go over to Zelda. Hi, Zelda at Zelda Android. Oh, hi.
Hello, I'm Zelda. I play the not spunky, more like soft and large younger brother to Sisera. I am playing Cepheus, who has a much deeper voice than me, but even I can't really do deep voices. It's a thing. I'm doing my best. Please. Please.
Hey, we love you. Do your best and we love you. You're amazing.
Hey,
Ilio!
you're amazing. You're amazing.
You're amazing. And last but
You're breathtaking.
you're breathtaking. Anyways, last but certainly not
You're
least.
both breathtaking.
Oh my gosh.
Zelda,
Everyone in this cast is lovely.
I'm using this new chat app that lets me highlight things. I'm highlighting your Twitter links as I bring them up. It's very interesting. First of all, Scratticus is my dad, I see, and then following 666 people.
You
what is
didn't
this?
know this?
You didn't
I
know
always-
that Zelda has had Scratticus is my dad in
No!
her bio for the
months,
longest
like
time.
2
The
months.
longest time. Like since
I'm
Gen
hurt.
Con.
You don't go on my Twitter? I'm
No,
so
I
hurt.
tried to give you online privacy.
Wait,
I'd hate it if my
where-
parents were on Twitter.
Where does it say this? On Zelda's Twitter?
Yeah.
My bio is professional NPC romancer, and Scratticus is my
Scratticus
dad.
is my dad.
So it is. Look at that.
Also, we have attempted to go into the depths of the Scratticus Academy fam tree, and it's weird. We won't go into it now.
It's
but,
a
like,
weird,
it gets
tangled thorn bush.
complicated.
Don't.
It gets complicated.
I
Don't
think
go that
Mackenzie
way.
is my aunt in our family tree.
I don't
She's
know if
younger
I've
than
been
me, though.
officially adopted. I don't know if I've been officially adopted as a sister. That's complicated. It's fine. Anyways, hi Scrat. Sorry, that was a can of worms. How are you, and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm wonderful. I'm playing Skooka Clanahan. And last week we found out that actually it wouldn't be that difficult to pry Skooka away from the group. In fact, he might well do it to himself, given the opportunity, and perhaps doesn't have the same moral values as everyone else in the group, which is quite terrifying as both a player and a character, honestly.
Okay. It's fun. I will say as a DM, it is very interesting to play with. Anyways, speaking of what we learned last week, does anyone want to do a recap?
Oh boy.
I mean, I feel like I shouldn't do nose goes because, like, I mean, I'm the default recapper. So, I mean, do you want to do the recap, Zelda? You were the last one. I mean, like, it's more of like, do you want to do the recap, or do I put the finger on my nose?
I mean, it was Zelda. It was Zelda who was last. I mean, like, they were
I was not
voluntold.
prepared. Usually I need like a minute to like know I'm doing it.
Then I can take.
All I need is a start
I'll
point.
t-
Give me
I'll
a
do
start
the
point, and I can.
recap.
No, just tell me where we started. I can't remember.
We
We
started with you waking up on the floor.
Right. I was waking up on the floor, and I gotta remember the events. I woke up on the floor, and I know that Scrat was very, very worried. Skooka was very, very worried that I was just gonna get up and start fighting again. So, oh yeah, he handed me a bottle. I didn't want to get drunk. Didn't get drunk, and we got to watch Sisera and Bubbles take the dance floor gracefully, and in front of some less savory onlooker, both Ceph's and Sisera's father, who was not less than pleased, but very, very bored with the whole dancing thing.
Calculated
It was-
disinterest.
Yeah, Cicero was putting himself out there. He was dancing up a storm. Him and Bubbles were waltzing and doing their best, and old Daddy-O was just not having it. And at one point they stopped dancing and confronted said Daddy-O. And he was very, very displeased and tried to intimidate and tried to claim ownership over Sisera, in which Sisera fought back and made our dear old dad feel very small and disappear. And he danced.
And it was beautiful. And then I believe we also got to see Cepheus's biggest fear.
Yes, we did. when dear old daddy was okay, I'm not gonna say that word. when our
Hey,
father
You were the only one making it weird. We were all here. We were all fine with it. You were the only one who made that weird.
I'm just not gonna say it. It's not gonna be weird because I'm not gonna say it anymore. Seth was very I can't find the word, but he was not running away this time. As our father kind of crumbled and melted into a black sludge that overtook Seth, he then began seeing his worst fear. The red skies, like the blood red vision that he sees when he rages, and the blood, assumedly of the entire campus, on his hands, seeing not only a great battle in which he seemed to kill pretty much everyone, including the 3 party members in which he holds dear. Waking up after talking to War a little bit about this whole vision being held by his partying comrades, the power of friendship, they pulled through, and right before waking up, he got to see exactly what War did as she controlled his body. And he let out a cry of pain, and then woke up to see everyone. Soon after, we were visited. We entered a space, a house in which encompassed all of our greatest desires: friends, family, a long-term comfort, a mother, a loving mother who stays around, and just a general sense of peace and calm. To be interrupted by none other than the devil, or what we thought was, leading Skuka off to show him what Skuka's greatest desire was. A mix of his desire and his fear, being alone, but also having fun, being free, being self-dependent, maybe, and being seen as a suave gentleman in his black and red suit.
Which last week
Was very good. Chef's kiss. that re-entry, ooh, got me. I was watching you come in. You got it. On point.
I did rewatch that multiple times from last week.
It was very
Took
good.
me so long to tie, you know.
Oh, I knew, Scrat. I had to chew that time. But yeah, and then I believe everyone slowly started forgetting Skuka the minute he left.
Absolutely. And the devil showed him all of his favorite things, in which Skuka made a deal with the devil. But not the devil we know.
The devil we didn't?
The devil, I guess the devil that's closer to us, being ourselves, our own desires. Even if they're not the most, I don't know, close to our hearts. Does that make sense? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no.
We'll go with it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Only to wake
Real
up
question.
to know that, oh, sorry.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Only to have everything fade, and for us to see Skuka shaking hands with himself, with the devil only he knows.
The real devil were the friends we made along the way.
The real
Sorry,
question
that was
is,
Patrick in track. In chat.
real question is, did Scratticus watch that bit where he was missing after the fact?
Did you watch it? Ooh, that must hurt. I'm so sorry.
All right, I have to ask
but
you
I'm
about that
not.
later. We're not gonna ask about that now. But like, that was a time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We tried
and
to chase after him. And
Yep. And if the last scene we left off on was Cicera, Cepheus, and Bubbles standing kind of in an empty space with just a table and a little snow globe. in which Skuka inside was trapped, alone, and completely empty. And I think we are going to start today's episode going back to Skuka. So, as I get the music right. Hi, Skuka. You are currently very, very alone. You are standing in a completely empty space. Even when you first entered the well with your companions, there was that sort of glassy black floor and then that empty like void above you, but there was that white fog that kind of swirled around you. There isn't even that fog. It is just the slight faint like glisten of this black glass floor and then this void above you. There is no sound except your own breathing and your footsteps against this floor. There is nothing to see except the very faint light that seems almost to emanate off you. Nothing to smell except the last bits of that drink you had with the devil. You are very, very alone.
Skuka wouldn't be the sort of person to talk out loud to fill the silence. So I'll give a window into his mind so we kind of hear the thoughts rather than just see him walking doing nothing. It's very much you got yourself into this mess, didn't you? Does it look like I'm in some kind of bore, or is it just like swirling mists?
It literally looks like you are standing in the middle of a black plain that stretches on and on and on, and there is a void above you. There is like, you can walk in any direction, but it doesn't look like there's anything around you.
Closes his eyes, points his fingers out straight, rotates a little bit, and just stops after at a random amount of time. Just starts walking in the direction that he was pointing. Gotta be something eventually. Just
roll me a perception check. Oh goodness, I have to scroll down.
That first roll of the game as I hurriedly run to get my character sheet.
No worries. Take your time.
That's a 6.
Okay. You can walk and you walk. There's moments where you think you might hear sounds, but sometimes it's just the echoing of your own breathing or the footsteps. You do, however, as you sort of start walking there, in like the corner of your eye, see a little like flicker, almost like a white flame. You sort of.
I'll head towards that. It's different.
Okay. As you get closer, it's sort of like a little ball. Like a little ball of flame. Very much almost like a will-o'-wisp, but not, just almost like just a head. A white flickering sort of flame that just sort of dances. It hovers about maybe 2.5 feet, height 4 feet, 4.5 feet above the ground. Basically like my height, but like Alice's height, and then like Alice's chest.
Got it.
Okay.
A height I know well.
I know Alice is my height, so I can use that as a reference. Sorry, Alice, you're my height reference. It's just sort of, it's like maybe the size of like my American showing today, a basketball.
Okay, we have that over here. It's okay.
Do you?
Yeah,
I don't know if you do.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of flickering with like this sort of faint white light. There's no heat coming off it, but it's just sort of like there.
But I touch it, don't I? There's nothing else to do. Touch.
All right, you touch it? Cool. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
14.
Okay, on a 14. Can you give me a little bit more insight into what is going on in Skuka's head in terms of what he's thinking?
The it's rattling around the inside of his skull. He's alone because he chose to be alone. Well, no, not necessarily. He doesn't like to be alone, but he did separate off from his party members. But why? And that's what he's sort of thinking on mostly. And his mind just keeps going back to that conversation in the cavern about the devil, and the conversation with the devil himself. Not the devil himself. The devil himself. Yeah, his self, not himself. He's really trying to figure out what he wants.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't want to be alone. He really liked being around Bubbles, Cepheus, and Cicera. But obviously has very different moral ideals to them. So it can't be the moral ideals that was tying him to them. So what is it?
And that question, that what is it? It's almost as if you can hear it. Like the thought itself becomes so loud that it like rattles outside of your brain. What is it? What is it? What is it? And as it sort of echoes and rumbles through this empty space, you can see this sort of silvery white ball of flame sort of like flare up, and there is almost like a lash of flame shoots up, and it shoots up 30, 60 feet above you, and it hits something. And then there is a sudden, in this blackness, there is a sudden shattering, or not a shattering, but like cracks start to form, these white cracks, these white lines out of that impact. And then you also hear a voice in your head. Wow. Look, a lot of people have, passed through this well.
Jesus Christ! I completely forgot you were in here! Feck me! I thought I was alone! Jesus! Yeah. You should knock or something before you just let yourself in and start talking like that!
Bro, this is my well. You came here first.
What do you mean this is your well?
This is my well. Hi, you jumped. I'm assuming you jumped into a well. Hi, I am owner of the well.
Hang on. Is this not Pestilence's voice?
No, this isn't Famine.
Oh, Famine.
Famine's still there.
Oh, okay. Got it. I thought it was Famine. I was... Well.
It's pretty bad when you get the voices in your head mixed up.
It's terrible.
I'm sorry.
Would y'all stay in order up there? Right. All right. Owner of the well. Well, all right then. What's... Oh, how should I address you?
Well, my name's Mimir, but really I don't care. I don't really get that many visitors nowadays. But, that works. Anyways, wow, that was a roller coaster you went through. Wow, dude.
What? Wow, what? Speak in plain sentences, would you?
Hi, this is my well.
I followed that.
Okay, we're on the same page. So, the well kind of works in two parts. The first part is like a test where not me. I don't have as much control over this, but like I see your fears and stuff, and kind of get a sense of who you are and whether or not you're worth my time. And you know, I've had eons of people passing through this well, but your test was poof. That was a poof.
You test people before you'll interact with them.
I mean, it's more so just like, hey, can't have people using the well for bad purposes, you know?
What are you telling me? There's some kind of benevolent invading spirit in my head
Oh, I'm not really
that
like
tests
in
people
your
before you
head
interact
right
with them.
now. I mean, I'm not really in your head. Like in your head, not like the other person.
Well, you're
Like,
not standing in front of me, are you?
yeah, this is my well. I can kind of do whatever the heck I want.
And don't you have the common decency to at least show your face? Were you raised in a barn?
Look, you kind of touched my head.
I
So.
beg your pardon, I did no such thing.
And you see the basketball shaped sort of fire sort of flicker. Hi.
Oh, I'm really sorry. It seems to be inflamed.
You know, I haven't heard that one before. Wow, you're so smart and so clever, and I'm just tickled pink.
The flame's not pink.
If the little orb could nod, like a sarcastic nod, it does that. Anyways, so look, your other friends are still around. Just saying. Do you want out of here, or are you chill, just hanging out in this alone corner?
So I've got options, have I?
Everyone has options.
So you're not holding me here against my will.
No, you put yourself here, yo.
Yes, I would like to go back to my friends. But
Cool.
not just yet. I want to finish mulling over this idea. I hardly walked 5 minutes. I wanted to mull over this idea a little. Well, not even idea, it's this thought process. Look, if you're going to be sitting in my head, are you going to be helpful?
Again, not in your head. Not in your head. If anything, you're in my head. So.
Don't you get facetious with me. Are you going to be helpful or not?
I literally just offered you a way out. I don't know how more helpful I can be.
No, I mean, like, talking or something.
Cool. What? Hi, I'm Mimir. What do you want to talk about, dude?
Right, Mimir, thank you. Look. Let's just lay the whole thing out, shall we? Right, here I am with my friends in a lovely house, right? And they're all having lovely nice times, drinking tea and having crumpets and probably, I don't know, basking in light or something. I don't know what they do. But, like, they're all having fun, right?
Yeah, no, I saw that. Uh-huh.
None of them are, you know... I don't know, there's no picture of them getting smashed or gambling or rocking out to music or anything like that.
I mean, there was that one picture of you in the diner, and I'm pretty sure there was. Ooh, bless you.
Thank you.
There might have been like some hard rock music playing in that one. I don't know, but yeah, no gambling. At least not till you started thinking about it, and then the place changed because you know it does that.
Hey, but it changed without me there.
What do you mean?
Well, like, look, what does that mean exactly? If I think myself out of a situation, does that mean that the situation's only possible if I'm not there? Or does it mean that I'm just insecure about it? Or something else?
I don't know. What do you think it means?
God.
This place only kind of shows what's possible. So I mean, look, I don't know the future. That's not my job.
Does it
it's
show
not
the
really anyone's
impossible
job.
though? That's an important question. Except for the flaming heads at 4 foot height.
This place, I mean, everything in this place is technically possible because the future is infinite. I
Doesn't-
don't show you what is gonna happen or what can happen. This isn't a place of reality.
Blast.
I mean, really, did you honestly think the actual devil was gonna, like, take you up to his penthouse and, like, offer you a drink?
But, I told him that I liked his suit and that, I thanked him for the Rolling Stones and I was planning on complimenting him on his shoes. It doesn't usually take that much to get people to, loosen their lips and have a party.
Oh. So you think the devil was the only person responsible for, like, the Rolling Stones and nice shoes and stuff?
I'm
Okay, I
not
get it.
saying that the only person
Okay.
responsible. But, come on.
You know there are other gods out there, right?
What, the gods of shoe? What, there's a god that makes Satan's shoes?
No, but there are gods of arts and craftsmanship and, cloth and music and partying. There are actual gods of partying. Like, you know that, right?
I heard one that became a bee or something at some point.
There's actually quite a lot of gods of partying. Even gods who, even there's some gods who, like, aren't gods of partying, but they party hard. Like, yeah, look. As much as you want to, like, blame the devil for a lot of things, or thank the devil for a lot of things, really, the devil just, I mean, look, he's done some stuff. Don't get me wrong, but all that fun, there's a lot of other people involved.
Alright, what's your point?
Well, I mean, okay. You know how a lot of people sort of think, like, a devil's bad, and then, I don't know, anti-devil's good? Doesn't really work like that.
I figured.
The gods to be honest, we're all a bunch of fuck-ups in the end. Some of us party, some of us don't. It doesn't really matter. You wanting to party doesn't make you a bad person. There.
Seems fake. How do I know you're not in my head? Telling me what I want to hear now that I'm lonely.
I am literally outside your head in a flaming ball. I don't know what more you want from me.
You're not seeing how that's a little bit weird. Of course I'm a real person. Look, I'm a flaming ball you've just inhaled.
I mean, I'm a god, so, like,
Prove it!
Weird, can't do the mortal
Prove it you're a
thing.
god! How do I know?
You get this imminent sense of a face palm emanating from the ball of flame. Okay, how do you want me to prove this? What do you want, dude?
You're
Just
a god.
tell
You
me.
must have proven you're a god before.
Yeah, I did a lot. Normally when people want something or do something, proving I'm a god is a little, like, a vague thing. So, give me specifics. Come on, dude. You're smart.
I don't know.
Look, do you want out of here or not? I could just do that.
Yeah, I do. You were no help at all, by the way. Being helpful would have been very godly.
Okay. We are going to... Scrat, stop laughing. We are going to pan away for a little bit. And we're going to go back to Sisira, Cepheus, and Bubbles. Gosh, all your names begin with the S sound. Oh, no.
Not Bubbles.
Fair enough. Cepheus and Sisira, as you pick up this sort of snow globe, you kind of look at it, and there is you can see a little flash of light, and then little cracks start to appear along the outside. It's very faint on the inside, and it's kind of like the glass itself is frosted, so you can't really get a good look. But you can see the little figure of Skuka kind of moving around.
Skuka's in there. She's in the globe. I turn to Seth and Bubbles.
Should we break it?
I mean, that was my instinct. Then
What
again,
if that's not. Seth's gonna lean down to the globe and just go, Skuka, can you hear me?
Skuka cannot hear you.
Seth doesn't know that.
There is no response.
I don't think he can hear me.
I don't think he can hear you either. I turn to Bubbles. What do you think? She's the smart one. She's the smart one.
Bubbles is... When you look over at Bubbles, she's kind of looking off where her, the last point she had saw her mom, she's kind of got those Bubbles big fat tears in her eyes, and she just sort of, is there any way to break it?
For a moment,
I
Seth's
mean,
just gonna put
I
his
could
hand-
break it. I'm just not sure that it...
I mean, I don't... You sure he's in there?
He's in there.
I mean, if he's not in there, then breaking it shouldn't be a problem.
I mean...
Do we take it somewhere?
As you say that, both of you roll me perception checks.
Perception.
This is gonna hurt. Oh, a nat 20. Hello. For a 24.
You see through time and space, and in this place that might actually be possible.
Seth,
Cecilia,
what do your minotaur eyes see?
Oh! I hate the fact that we're on the same wavelength.
We already established, right, that the Minotaurs don't have, goat eyes.
Did we?
We've established
I don't
that
think
they
they
have
have.
horns. We've established
they
that they
have
have
horns and hooves.
Hooves.
And
we're
like a
we're
bit
like
of a
very
mane.
big or satyrs.
Yeah. Very big
So they have
frontal
normal
satyrs.
human eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you would, you don't see Sasira's eyes very often, but when you do, they look like normal human eyes.
Cecilia, you're kind of preoccupied with this, and you're kind of you're looking at this sort of snow globe, and you're sort of tracing the pattern of the cracks, going, what caused that? I didn't break this, huh? And so you're a little distracted. Cepheus, as you kind of look past Bubbles, you see a flickering flame. A white, silvery white flame, basketball size, just sort of almost moving closer to you. About 4.5 feet off the ground.
I'm gonna be curious and walk towards it.
Right. As you walk towards it, more light sort of develops around it. You can see it actually almost sort of rises in height to about maybe 6 feet tall, and the light from the not face, but like the light around this sort of ball of flame sort of starts cascading down, and it forms this sort of glowing figure. A tall, masculine sort of figure, broad shoulders, clad in very, very traditional like male armor, with like male and half plate armor with a shield and a sword, and like the stuff you've seen in history books. Like this is old and ancient. The ball of light never connects with the torso. It is just sort of, there is a torso, a space where the neck should be, and then this ball of silvery white light. And as it sort of forms, it sort of stretches and goes, okay, your friend is in there, and also, wow, they're annoying. Do you want them out?
Steph's immediately going to take a step back and like look at it for a second.
Hi, yeah, sorry. Probably should introduce myself. Mimir, this is my well. Hi, you jumped into my home. Hello.
Steph's going to take it in stride. So
Yeah, no, I know it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, I mean, I've been here for about like a very long time. I don't even understand too much about this. I just know it's kind of my place. So
you're the one who did the scary thing, and
sort of. I mean, look, I don't have too much control over it. Mainly, you come in here, and then all the power that's contained in this place sort of does the rest, and I just sort of watch. And then if you handle it a-okay, I'm like, hey, you're cool, I can help you, yo. But I mean, and then if you're not cool, then I kick you out. But you seem cool enough, so I mean, and I'm assuming you didn't just jump in here for funsies, so
I didn't have a choice.
I'm assuming the rest of you didn't jump in here for funsies, so
I don't know if they did or not.
Cool.
You might want to ask them. You showed me this place showed me the thing.
There's a lot in the look. Hey, too long, don't read. The entirety of knowledge, wisdom, and power is contained in this tiny space, so yeah, it kind of fucks with your head.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I don't even have a head, and it's a lot. Anyways, do you want your friend out or not? Because honestly, he's being real annoying, and I mean, he might be less annoying when he's out, but also
just kind of got to know how to take him.
Hey, all the knowledge in the universe does not make me a people person. All right, just up here. And Mimir snaps his glowing fingers. And Skuka, what you see is that pulsing sort of little orb, kind of, it starts rippling out, like boom, boom, boom. But the light starts sort of rippling out. And you can see little cracks start to appear in the sky above you.
Oh, feck.
Yeah, you want it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You might want to hold on tight.
Hold on to what?
I don't know, figure something out.
Wait, do I hear any of this? Is it like,
nope.
If he's saying it on both ends? I was waiting for it. Because I mean, Steph's standing there with his
why
arms
not?
open.
Yes,
Like,
you hear it on this end.
Okay. Steph immediately puts his arms out like he's about to princess carry someone.
Cool. No, wait, no. Oh, no, your friend's got it. Don't worry. You're good. And there are more cracks that sort of start shattering across the sky. You see Skuka, and you can feel the ground starting to shake.
I look around with nothing to hold. I just hold on to the ball of flame.
Okay, maybe a wisdom saving throw. Congratulations, you grabbed the face of a god.
I hold on tight.
Okay, so this is what happens because that's a nat 20. You grip onto that ball of flame, and there is a very brief moment where you kind of feel it, like, not like it passes through you, but you feel this sort of warmth. It's not like fire. It's not painful or anything. It almost feels like a hug or like an embrace. It's comforting. And maybe the loneliness makes it comforting not pleasant, but it's that sort of warmth of a hug from someone you haven't seen in a very, very, very long time. And this sort of bright white light fills your eyes, and then you are suddenly no longer in that space, or you're not alone at the very least. You open your eyes, you see Sisira, Bubbles, and Cepheus with his arms out, and you look up and you are bridal style carried, like grabbing the face of this figure who doesn't have a neck. Their face is this ball of flame, and their body itself is still that sort of almost translucent warmth. Again, it's that figure clad in that plate mail armor, and they're just bridal carrying you. And you can't tell that. It's really hard to tell when this face sort of looks at you, but you can definitely see it turn and go. Okay, this is surprise number 2. All right, we're rolling with it. Do you want put down, or are you comfy here? Because I can keep carrying you.
I don't really know what my options are here. You.
Hey, you grabbed onto my face, okay?
Figure in plate mail armor.
Yeah. Hey, except doesn't have a head.
Oh, except okay, so like that.
Somewhat. Yeah, Mimir just sort of like, look, you grabbed onto my face, so I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I could put you down, or you can keep like holding onto my face.
I mean, where are we walking to here?
Oh, I was gonna show you the way out of here, but I mean,
What do you mean there's just like a path out? What's with all the cracks and stuff? I thought it was gonna be more dramatic than this.
oh no, yeah, the rest of them could tell you were stuck in a little snow globe. It was actually really funny. I'm surprised no one shook it around to see if like any snow would fall.
Didn't we?
I don't know. You never like gave it like the good like upside down shake. So
Okay, just a little, yeah.
I mean, I guess I can walk. You told me to hold on, though. I didn't have anything else to hold on to.
Yeah. Okay, my mistake. Ow. Yeah. You can here. Go. Get off. Get off.
Right, you are too.
Anyways, hi. Welcome to my well. Again, assuming you didn't just jump in here for funsies. What's the thing you're looking for?
Am I with everyone now?
Yes, you are with everyone.
Ah.
Steph's gonna walk towards Skuka. Just lumbering steps. He doesn't look very happy with you. He's gonna pick you up and give you a big hug.
Hey, Seth.
Hi. You know, you worried all of us, right?
Sorry.
You know, we do want you around, right?
I guess. I like being around y'all.
We were worried you weren't coming back.
Me too.
He's gonna squeeze a little bit tighter and then put you down. I'm sure I speak
Here.
for all of us when I say we're happy you're here and, alive.
Sincere, you see, one Skuka appears in the arms of Mimir, and then gets set down, and then Cepheus gives him a big hug and says, all that. Did you want to? As Skuka appears, did you want to do anything?
Yeah. So I just kind of watched this exchange incredulously a little bit, incredulously. Sincere is not sure if he wants to walk up and hug Skuka or if he wants to walk up and punch Skuka, but he does walk up and says, "What happened, man?"
I don't know.
And
One minute I was there.
You were there.
That's exactly how it was for me. 1 minute I was there, and then before you know it, I wasn't in the pictures, and then I was in a penthouse suite, and then I was all alone. And it feels like it might have been my fault.
No, Skuka. I think it was my fault.
Eh?
I'm sorry I was so hard on you earlier in the bar.
No. No, I wasn't even... It's fine, it's, it was necessary,
You're necessary. Do you know that?
There's a lot of these sort of questions going around today. There's, Cepheus is asking me if I know where I belong and stuff, and all of this sort of stuff. Yes, there's...
Skuka. And then I just give him a big hug.
Pat.
As this goes on and you have your little exchange, roll me either a perception or an insight check. Everyone. All y'all.
I'm gonna use a banked advantage.
Oh, wow.
20.
Ow, these perception checks.
Cepheus can see through time and heckin' space.
He's doing pretty good.
He's doing pretty good.
It's all the carrots.
It's all that crompt. Skuka, you're kind of dwarfed by these two massive Minotaur figures kind of squeezing you and hugging you. Blinding your sight with their affection. As Susira sort of pulls Skuka close, you look over Skuka's shoulder, and Cepheus, you see this as well. Mimir has sort of moved off to the side. And they haven't necessarily moved out of your line of out of your area. They are the only sort of light in this area, and so their glow is sort of illuminating what you can see around you. But as the way they're standing, it's gotten a little tenser, almost as if they're concentrating on something. And Tasira, as you look over, you see Mimir almost kind of walk over to Bubbles, and you can't hear anything. There aren't any words exchanged, but Bubbles' expression sort of shifts from surprise to understanding, and then sort of just a very quiet nod. And then Mimir just sort of turns and looks at the rest of you. All right, so Devil, end of the world. That's what's going on. That's what we're doing, right? Greeting, hugs, all good. You all Got that figured out?
I guess.
I turned to Skoka and said, "Wait, so who's this guy again?"
Hi, God of Knowledge. Hello. Or sort of one of the gods of knowledge. Hi.
I thought all the gods were banished when we sealed the tree.
Oh, see, that's where things get a little complicated. I was never sort of kicked out of this place, mainly because I'm at like the bottom of the tree, so I didn't really get like shot out when the thing shattered. So I kind of stayed here. This is just where I chill.
It was only the gods that didn't want to be here. Remember?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I
So
kind of
yes, we're
yeah.
we're fighting the devil and
Yes.
the end of the world.
Okay, quick question. Answer me honestly, because this will kind of change what I show you and all that fun stuff. Do you want to stop the end of the world or not?
Well, what kind of a question is that? Of course I want to stop the end of the world.
I don't know. Kind of looks at everyone else. We all on the same page?
Don't want the world to end. No.
I mean, what's the definition of the end of the world exactly?
Let's see. Everything gets set on fire. There is just like, fire rains down from the sky, the sun gets swallowed. So there's no night and day. A lot of people die. There's a lot of death.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. And then, sun gets swallowed, cycle of night and day is broken. The whole. What do you have a newfangled word for what did that photosynthesis thing? The thing where things keep cycles. The cycles, that gets like shattered and balance is completely like ruined. Lots of bad things happen, probably.
So any Libra's really upset.
What?
Never mind.
Alright, yeah, I guess I don't want that
Yes.
to happen either. Yeah, right. On board.
Sounds so committed.
What do we have to do
Look.
to stop the end of the world then?
All right, follow me. Come on. And Mimir just starts walking.
I follow.
Okay. As you're walking, Bubbles kind of falls almost directly in step with them, and the rest of you follow. Is there any other conversations you want to have as you kind of just sort of trek through this gentle fog?
Can I insight Bubbles, or can I try to
Yeah.
figure out what's up with her?
Go ahead.
Part of me really wants to be like, Bubbles, are you okay? But I don't want to make Mackenzie do.
Hey, look. I am
But
ready.
you did use my character to almost kill our party, so I guess it's only fair.
Thankfully, Bubbles doesn't have an accent, so honest, did you use an advantage or no?
I sure didn't.
Okay, I mean it really wouldn't have helped you either way, but on a 7, I mean, that the what happened in the house and seeing a lot of things fade away definitely shook her up. Whether she's avoiding you because of that or something else, can't really place.
Seth is actually gonna speed up a bit.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too hard to catch up with Bubbles and
It really isn't.
our new friend, God of Knowledge. And he's gonna put a hand kind of on her back for a moment and just, are you okay? You've been quiet.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm fine. Yeah.
We've known each other long enough that I know when you're stressed.
I mean, it's not. I'm not stressed. It's. She kind of just sort of like does this, like grabs like your shoulders, just sort of like that, sort of like that. Um, look, we've just sort of, Mimir and I've just sort of been talking, and it's we're gonna figure out how to get what we need to save or stop the devil from, destroying everything, and it'll be fine. It'll be good. It'll be fine.
Okay. I trust you.
Thank you. I trust you too.
If you're ever not fine, you can, we can talk.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
Okay. And he'll kind of just fall back a little bit.
Hey.
Yeah?
I love you.
I love you too.
And she nods and keeps walking. Anything else the three of you would like to do as you follow Mimir, the headless god of knowledge, through this fog?
I probably should save this until we get where we're going, but I'm really tempted to just push down my sunglasses to the tip of my nose and, look at the god of knowledge and look at Bubbles and look at all around us.
Okay. I mean, you can. I'm not stopping you.
I think I'm gonna. I'm burning a divine sense to have a look around here without the peepers, the sunglasses.
Cool. All right, you put down your peepers.
Yeah.
Okay. As you pop your divine sense, it's that same sort of overwhelming feeling that you get when you were you did that in the cavern with the world tree. Very similar. You see that consecrate, like that flare of like holy energy, this flare of like celestial consecrated power, and it's got that sort of luminescent hue to it that the energy from the world tree had, where this isn't just a consecrated place. This is one of a few like sources of holy magic itself. As you kind of stare through this, you can see where Mimir is standing. It is a brilliant like column of light, absolutely just diminishing everything in its space. You can see the flares that you picked up of death, of war, of famine, sort of, hovering around your friends, but it is almost completely washed out by the pillar of light that is Mimir. As you sort of keep peering, make me a charisma saving throw.
Well, bam.
Okay, on a 13, as you sort of peer, it takes a while for your eyes to adjust, but as you look through the fog, you can see it's no longer fog. As you look through your divine sense, you see like silhouettes and figures of nothing you necessarily recognize, but like it's almost as if there's different scenes playing out in the fog, different possibilities. For a moment, you actually maybe even catch like the silhouette of a devil. It doesn't have the fiendish glow, or like not necessarily the fiendish glow, but that sort of that energy you got off him when you popped the divine sense in the cavern. But it is, you can see almost like him talking with others. These like, you can see him planning him with like the silhouettes of horsemen. You can almost even see like when he and the horsemen sort of rode out, and you can see based on that silhouettes, their clothes aren't modern anymore. They're like togas and battle armor, and they're this ancient scene of maybe not exactly the last time they tried the apocalypse, but a time when it was a thing, and you can see them sort of fall, and that you can see almost that anger stewing beneath it. You can see, again, if you look to your other side, you can see other creatures, a long roiling serpent tinged almost with red, not necessarily like with red energy, but that scene of a red serpent sort of weaving through the mist, sort of chasing after what looks like the sun. You can see the two wolves, like a scene of the two wolves that you saw at the very beginning of this adventure, sort of running after a figure in the mist. You can't make out their features. It's almost as if their features constantly shift, but something maintains the same. It is like these pairs of like long curled horns and the sort of proud stance as this figure sort of commands the wolves to run forward. You can just see these scenes of this knowledge and this history sort of play out in the mist around you as you walk.
So Sierra just kind of takes all of this in. It's been a very long day.
It has
So
been very...
he's-
Y'all haven't slept?
No, like we went straight from fighting that snake at the beach
To drinking,
to
to
going
going
out drinking to going out
yeah.
to it's been a long day.
been a
He
very
fought his
long day.
brother. It must be like 2 a.m. at this point or past that. Who knows?
You did get a nap on the train down here, but like,
Yeah,
time
but
is a little
like-
wibbly wobbly, so
Does the time that war took over my body count as napping? I mean, I was kind of autopiloting. She was just doing her thing.
Well, look, I didn't start you off with like 8 hit points, so maybe.
So Sierra's taking all of this in. He's kind of at this point where he's, he's just like, what else can happen? What next? He's almost on autopilot without being controlled by anyone. It's almost on autopilot. Like it's like, okay, I've literally had to dance in front of my father tonight. Like how much more crazy can this day get?
You know what? Valid.
Yeah.
100% valid train of thought. And you can walk. Are there any other conversations you want to have with either Bubbles or with Brother or with Mimir?
I think there are things that Sisira wants to have. There's conversations he wants to have with with everyone he's walking with right now, but he just doesn't have the mental capacity to try to come up with the subject. He's just he's feeling kind of drained, so he just follows along, taking all the sights in that he's seeing with his divine sense, and just silently absorbing it all.
Okay. I'm gonna do this mainly because I want to. I want Scrat to be here for the next part of what happens, but we've gotten a little bit of what happened in Skuka's head during the whole last episode. So I'd like to kind of hear how both Cepheus and Sisira. I know Sisira's kind of like tired and on autopilot, but why don't we take a peep inside Cepheus's head? What's Cepheus sort of thinking right now?
I mean, I feel like he's definitely still worried about Bubbles in like that kind of friend way where, she's not acting quite like her usual. And I mean, he's a little bit worried, a little bit estranged to this kind of weird feeling of being closed off, but is also kind of being grappled by the feeling of like, I don't know, I don't think I love you is something that Cepheus hears like ever. I think with Sisera, it's just kind of
It's there, but
it's
not
expected.
said.
It's like, yeah, it's shown but not said. And Mackenzie's dying, and it's such a strange thing for Seth to hear it like out loud, and it just was really, really shocking, and he didn't know what to say at first, which made him very nervous. but
Okay.
also very happy.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And as you follow, you were kind of gone for this scrap, but I just sort of gave everyone a chance to, if they had any conversations they wanted to have with Bubbles or Mimir or each other as you walk through this fog, you can have them now. If not, we'll move on. Okay. You sure you don't want to talk to, like, anyone? You sure? Why you look so scared?
When the dungeon master asks you, "Are you sure?" You're.
I know. This is the thing. I know that something's going to happen. I know that Raven isn't coming back, but Skooka doesn't, and Skooka's feeling pretty guilty. So Skooka's trying to give it some space, and it's gonna make it even worse, which is
It's
kind
fine.
of beautiful but also terrible.
As a fellow dungeon master, when the DM says, "Are you sure?" I will actually. After Sasira, after how long has this walk been so far? How long have we been walking?
It's probably been like, you've been walking maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, well, not a very long time. But
yeah. Hey, to be fair, I only said, "Are you sure?" because Scrat's face just looked like, and I was like, "You look like you want to say something."
I am gonna say something. Sasira is gonna. He's still exhausted. He's still at the end of his rope, for the but he's gonna snap out of it just a little bit, and he's gonna say this to Bubbles, but it's kind of meant for everyone, but it's also more directly at Bubbles. Whatever's ahead, whatever's gonna happen. Look at what we've been through together, and we're still together. So whatever's gonna happen, we'll face it together.
See Bubbles nod. Doesn't really say anything, but Scrat, you look so upset.
I'm fine. Whatever do you mean?
As you walk, and you just sort of, as it sort of peters off into silence, you see the mist around you start to part. And it's like you pass through this mist, and then you hear the sound of just rushing water. And you look kind of where behind you and you walked, and instead of that mist and that sort of empty void, you find a waterfall, sort of cascading from an unseen height, just sort of falling behind you. As you sort of look around, almost as if spotlights sort of pop up around the room, you see more waterfalls start pouring down and pouring down and pouring down. Just these cascade waterfalls. They don't seem to be like falling with the force they should. They almost seem to be gentle as they hit the ground and like sort of fall past you. But you kind of find yourself in the center space, very circular. And you see this water just sort of cascading down, and Mimir just sort of looks at all of you and goes, "Okay, so the how to defeat the devil, all that stuff. Yes, that's what we're looking for, right? Just confirming."
Yes.
Okay.
Next time I punch him, I want him to feel it.
Your strength is admirable. Your wording choice is also admirable. I think, to be fair, I don't know if I have anything that can strengthen your punches already as much as you have, but I can get you something that'll help you get back on your feet.
Okay. I'm listening.
Oh.
We all are.
Well, the things will look, and he just sort of gestures to one of the waterfalls, and you see it sort of part like a curtain, and behind it there is a tunnel. That's the way out. You'll find yourself popped off somewhere. Generally, the well has a way of telling you where, or putting you where you need to be. Once you pop out, I will get you the things, and it'll all be good.
That's it?
I mean, look, a lot of people don't like the whole philosophical speech I used to do, so this is just easier, to be honest. I mean, look, you want me to give you a whole philosophical speech about like the cost of knowledge and power and, wisdom eternal, blah, 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 blah. I can, but, most people just want to get the shit and run. I respect that.
Wait, most people? How many people come by here looking for
there
the
are
secret to
so
save
many.
the end of the world here?
Not just not always a secret to save the world. Sometimes it is just knowledge. Sometimes it's small problems like how do I fit
I
in?
turn to my friends and say, secret well of containing the god of knowledge. Popular tourist attraction. Okay.
I've been around for eons and eons and eons. People don't come by often, but when you're around for so long, there are a lot of people.
I've always wondered about that. Exactly how long is an eon?
A very long time.
But like how long?
Wait as the DM Googles how long is an eon.
Scrat doesn't know either.
Oh,
Where?
an
You
indefinite
know
and
everything,
very
right?
long period of time, often a period exaggerated for humorous or rhetorical effect. A very long time, I was right.
That tunnel isn't gonna show me the same things the last tunnel did, right?
Last time, that was the, what, you mean the whole vision of everyone dead? The vision of everyone dead.
Yeah, that one.
Wait, you had a vision of everyone dead?
Wow. God of
Well-
knowledge, not the god of subtlety or consent.
I'm
Talk
the
about it.
god of knowledge, not the god of tact.
Use a little diplomacy is all I'm saying.
Talk about that later.
Fair enough. You know everything, yes, Mr. God of Knowledge? That's your
I'm
whole
not
shtick?
I'm not the god of knowledge. I am a god of knowledge. I know quite a bit. Yes. Not everything.
Where is Old Scratch right now?
Right now? Oof. Oh. And you see the head sort of tilt up, and he sort of just. Well, currently he's in a record store.
What's he doing in a record store? Don't
Playing
tell me
music?
he's buying a record.
He's
No,
trying to
he-
figure out who the Rolling Stones are.
Probably like talent scouting Muse or something like that.
No, he's just. Wait. Well, at the moment, he's just dusting the shelves.
The devil is dusting the shelves in a record store.
Hey, I don't know everything. I don't know why he's doing it, but that's what he's doing. Do you want the name of the store?
Yes.
It's Record Scratch Records. Again,
Of course it is.
he's not. The devil isn't subtle. He enjoys his little things.
Hmm. So let me understand this straight. We walk through that waterfall.
Yes.
We reappear where we need to be.
Give or
And
take.
you will
Yes.
deliver to us items that will help us in our quest to save the world.
Give or take. Yes.
What does give or take mean in this circumstance?
Look. Hey. You all are college students. You know knowledge doesn't come for free, right?
I know how to make a concise point.
I literally gave you the option to leave like 5 minutes ago. You had the concise point right behind you. You just decided not to take it.
Wait. Why are you acting? What's with this cryptic? You should have said no. Tone you suddenly have. What is the price that we're supposedly paying for this knowledge to defeat the devil?
That has already been taken care of.
I turn around and I look at my my three friends with a look on my face that says, "Wait, which one of you made a deal with?"
Make me an insight check.
I made a deal, but not this deal.
Would you
Well-
like to elaborate?
If
That's a big
anyone else
word.
wants
Sorry,
to make
would
an,
you like to tell us?
that is not my choice. On a 12, when Mimir says that has already been covered, you can see Bubbles sort of just nod her head.
Bubbles, what did you do?
Hey,
I did what I had to do.
What do you mean you did what you had to do? What did you do?
Like he said, knowledge comes at a cost.
wait.
And as you
Wha-
watch, Mimir sort of places his hand on Bubbles' shoulder, and she starts to sort of glow with that same white light.
No, no,
Yes,
No,
Steph's stepping forward.
no, not
No.
this, not now. No,
I made the
We
choice.
some costs are too high.
We need all four of us. That's how it's been.
We're supposed to stick together. That's what their patron said.
That was our one hope: was stick together, and we might save the world. No,
Bubbles,
knowledge is not worth the price.
you can't do
It's
this.
not.
I can, and you need to, I can't fight, you know that. I'm not a fighter. You three you fight, you punch things, you are brave and strong.
Bubbles.
I just learned things. I can learn things here.
Bubbles. I might be a fighter. Seth might be a fighter. But you should know that fighters don't fight unless they have something worth fighting for. I fight for this team. Don't break it up now.
I'll still be with you. I'm just not gonna be there.
Saying goodbye, then.
I'll be back.
How long?
And you can see-
Eons.
Bubbles kind of laughs at that, and you can see the light from Mimir starting to like not swallow her, but sort of like cover her form, and she starts to take almost that same transparent look that he has, and it starts to like pulse faintly, almost like a heartbeat.
Seth is gonna kneel in front of Bubbles.
Hey, don't. And Bubbles kind of gets down on her knees next to you and sort of like grabs your face. Hey, I'll be back. I have a lot to figure out here. My mom was there. There's so much I can learn here, and I can maybe use that to help you. It's okay.
Do you know what
It's
you're
gonna be
doing?
lonely.
Yes.
I look to the God of Knowledge, a God of Knowledge, and I say, Does she really know what it is what path you're putting her on?
Mimir just nods.
What's
Hey.
gonna become of Bubbles?
She's going to learn.
And then what?
And learn and learn. And when she is ready, she too will find her way out.
I mean, this might be coming from someone who doesn't know much, but I feel like just sticking your nose in books forever is lonely.
Learning doesn't come just from books. Learning comes from experience, from exploring things, from trying things you are afraid of, from losing things and getting back up and having the courage to keep trying.
Before Bubbles can kind of turn into this ghostly figure, I imagine, is what's happening. Zeph's gonna, for at least one last time, kind of wrap his arms around her and give her the biggest hug.
And Bubbles gives you a really big hug back and sort of, hey, I'm not afraid. For once in my life, I'm not scared. I can do this. I can help you. You just have to let me, okay?
You've always helped me.
You are so smart. You're smarter than you believe. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise, okay?
He's just gonna nod.
And Bubbles will pull back from the hug and stand up and look at Basira and Suka.
Well, I don't know what to say. I don't want you to go.
Yeah, I know. I figured. But like I said, I can do this. I can help.
I know you can. Because you can do anything. And for someone who feels like she's afraid of everything, I think you're the bravest of the four of us.
Thank you. We're gonna dance again. Someday. I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
I hoped you would.
I'll make sure that the world is safe to come back to, so that we can do things like dancing without having to worry about all of this.
And she nods.
Cicera gives Bubbles a hug.
She hugs you back.
And then he puts a hand on Seth's shoulder and say, "Come on, let's give those two a moment."
One last thing. And he's gonna untie his bag of holding from his belt or waistband and kind of present it with both hands. And I haven't baked anything in a while. I didn't know. I would have done more if I knew you were gonna be away for a while, but there's some stuff left in here, and he's gonna kind of hand it to her.
And Bubbles just laughs a little and sort of takes it, slings it on her back. You sure you don't need it? I know these things are kind of expensive.
plenty of food where we're going.
I don't need it as much as you will, I think. If you ever get, lonely or feel like you're forgetting.
Like I could forget your cookies. Don't tell Tucker this, but I think you make the best banana bread.
He's gonna smile, and there's a lot in there.
You have to teach me the recipe someday, okay? I'm gonna come back and you're gonna teach me that recipe.
Oh, of course. And, he'll turn around with Sisera and come back, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I promise.
Then I'll see you soon.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper in Skuka's ear. Tell her the truth. And then I walk away with my brother to give them some space. Not without looking over the back of my shoulder. You know.
Well,
Well,
sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry too.
No. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I messed you about. I had you close and I panicked and pushed you away and I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, that kind of hurt.
Yeah. I know I hurt you and I'm sorry. I know what you told the others, but I see this place, I don't readily believe it. Maybe we'll see you again someday, maybe. But I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon.
Well, you came back. I saw you walk away, but you came back, right? I can do that too.
Keep playing Scrabble.
You have to practice. I can't beat you all the time.
Yeah, you will.
Maybe when I come back, I'll let you win. I bet I'm gonna learn a lot of new words here. Some full 7-tile ones.
Look, I know things aren't the same and they never will be the same again. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you still, nevertheless. I want you to have this. I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out the ring of shared hurts.
Subbles takes it. Puts it on her finger.
Whatever the hell that thing's called.
The ring of shared angst, yeah. Not her, obviously not her left ring finger, but the other one. Don't. You belong with them, those two. Don't try and convince yourself that you don't.
They should have stayed here. You should have gone with them. That's what my dream was all about.
Now you have the chance to change that. You have a chance to make it right. You left once and you came back, now stay. Can you do that for me?
Yeah. Alright, have fun, yeah?
I meant what I said, by the way. The message I sent. I meant it. I love you. There's a part of me that will always love you. Maybe not like that, but something else.
Yeah.
She'll kind of go up and just sort of kiss you on the cheek. Now go save the world, okay?
Booker turns woodenly and almost marches like a marionette. Wooden.
And as you sort of march towards that open entryway in the side of the well, the light from Mimir and now Bubbles sort of starts to pulse brighter, like a heartbeat. And you look over your shoulder and you see Bubbles sort of bathed in this radiant light, and Mimir almost proudly by her side. And for once, Bubbles doesn't look, I mean, not for once, but Bubbles looks not happy, but proud, brave, ready. And the light around them pulses like a heartbeat. Bump, 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 bump. And they're gone.
Seb's a big baby like me and he's gonna cry.
And you are left.
I can't believe
standing.
she's gone.
You are left standing in this doorway. On one side is the world you have to save, and the other, what you left behind.
Come on, guys. Sooner we save the world, sooner we get Bubbles back. At least, I think that's how this is supposed to work.
That's about right.
You can always hope.
Today the world's gonna be a little bit darker.
Well, we'll just have to be brighter.
That's right, Seth. All of us will have to be brighter. For Bubbles.
Seth's going to actually knock on his own head real quick. Just go, you in there?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
You ready to go kill the devil?
Yeah, I never liked that fucker anyways.
He's just gonna nod. And... How about you guys? Ready? He's looking at Skuka and Sisra.
I mean, I'm still waiting for those weapons that what's his name promised us to be ready. But in my heart, I was ready the minute I punched him earlier.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it for Bubbles.
And the three of you can keep going through that tunnel. You can keep walking. And eventually, at some point, you reach the end. And you can see you are standing on the side of a desert road somewhere. It looks familiar. Maybe you drove along it on the way to the museum, what felt like ages ago, but was really only last night. And over the corner, over the mountains, you can see the sun starting to rise. And there's a moment where as you pass through, you can look behind you, and for a brief second, you can see that cavern and that tunnel. And maybe even a little flicker of that faint silvery white light, just a flash. And then it's gone. And you're back.
Sisira reaches into his left breast pocket. And he pulls out a tube of hair conditioner.
As you reach into your pocket, you pull out that conditioner, but you also see something else. There's a little pink envelope. And on the back of it, written in a very, very familiar sort of neat, leapy cursive, open as soon as you save the world. Cepheus, Skuka, you look down into your hands, and where there wasn't before, there is a soft pink envelope with Bubbles' handwriting on the back. Open as soon as you save the world.
Damn it, I'm gonna cry.
I've never been one to like waiting.
You open it now?
No.
Okay.
I put the envelope back in the pocket where my hair conditioner, my magic bottle of never-ending air conditioner used to be. I look at the
Oh no,
bottle
your hair
and
conditioner is still there, but you still have that.
Well, no, I have it in my hand. I pulled it out of the pocket. I put the envelope back in the pocket. But I look at the bottle and I say, feels like a lifetime ago that this was the most important thing to me. Now I don't even know who that guy is anymore. And I Sincere leaves the bottle on the side of the dirt road and says, "Let's go save the world."
Okay.
And starts walking.
As you start walking, in your other hand, you feel an odd weight. As you look down, it is a 6-pack of drinks. They look like what would be beer bottles, except they're clear. And 3 of them are filled with a viscous red liquid you recognize as a health potion, a potion of what's the max health potion, the beefiest health potion.
Superior?
The beefiest.
Yes, the beefiest health potion. On the other hand, on the other side are 3 bottles filled with golden liquid. I'm not gonna make you identify this. I'm just gonna give you the meta knowledge because honestly, I don't know how many checks you could roll to like get this. These are bottles that if you drink them, you get the benefits of a long rest instantly.
Wow.
Speaking of which, the minute you exited out of the well and back onto the road, you all feel like you've gotten a long rest.
I've heard of them.
Wow.
Aren't they called like Resentless or Monstar or something like that?
Yeah, they look something like this.
Something like that. Something like that. Yes.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. Also, congratulations. I mentioned this to you before the game, but now you're all now level 8, I believe. So, have fun.
Oh,
You can do
good.
that now.
Level 8 is the level that I unlock Hurt the Devil as a spell option.
You're on level 8. You can do it now. You can do it after the session. You could have done it before. Don't. Congratulations, y'all. You made it out. Cepheus, as you sort of take that letter and put it away, you see in your hand a cryptex. It's one of those things that's cylindrical and it's got those rotating bands of letters on the side. On one side, you can see almost like this sort of jagged black metal in the shape of like almost like hellfire, and you can almost see like singe marks on it. And then on the other end, engraved around the top, is a red serpent sort of circling itself, chasing its own tail. The cryptex is still locked, but you have that.
He's just gonna fiddle with it and like see how it moves, because he's more curious of like the item itself than the letters right now, because let's be honest, he's not great with letters or numbers. So he's kind of just like,
it's only a 5-letter word.
do you want me to start throwing out guesses?
No. I'm just saying it is not a giant word.
Okay.
And so that is what you have received. And Skuka, did you put the ring on after you gave the other half the bubbles?
I never took it off.
Okay. It feels slightly warm as you sort of step out. And as you look at it, it's that same sort of pewter color, but now there is a very faint, thin line of rose gold. Maybe more on the pink side that circles through it. You now have resistance to all damage and take half damage.
Supposed to work the other way around.
No one answers. So, you're on the road. Literally on the middle of the road somewhere, and the sun is rising over the desert mountains. In the distance, you can see the faint outline of the sleepy suburbs of Old Hyperion. In the other distance, you can see where you've driven off to Morbid Curiosities, to the museum, to enter down to the Cavern with the World Tree, what feels like eons ago. What do you do?
Well, it's like you said. Seems like the faster we do this, maybe the faster we get Bubbles back. But I don't want to make her wait. I don't think either of you do either. I'm not here to let someone wait for ions. Steph's using this word. He doesn't know what it means, but he feels like it means a long time based on the context of what the people were saying about it. This is him using his wisdom, but not his intelligence.
Bubbles, I'm sure, somewhere is very proud.
Do we even know where we are? Relative
You
to
can see the town of Old Hyperion, which is where your college is, in the distance. You kind of recognize vaguely, like, hey, this is probably the road we drove down originally to get to Morbid Curiosities and go down and see the World Tree. But you're just kind of in the middle of it.
So do we head back there to pick up our car? Oh, wait. Someone else, Becca drove us or something like that.
Yeah,
okay.
You don't have a car right now.
All right. Well, I start walking, and if any cars drive by, I stick my thumb out. Not that any car is going to pick up 2 Minotaurs and a Hobgoblin.
Who knows? Maybe someone will pull up in a tank for us to ride in. Or on. I don't think we'll fit in a tank either.
Maybe if it's an 18-wheeler, and it's also empty.
If a farmer comes by,
Yeah.
might have a place.
Oh, we could fit in the, those trucks that are pulling all the cows. Maybe they have.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a few empty stalls.
Okay.
This is degrading.
We're self-degrading.
I'm imagining this conversation happens as y'all start walking. You're just talking to yourselves.
Maybe we'll find some bikes just lying on the side of the road.
Oh, yes, because that happens every day.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Minotaur on a bike, by the way? The pedals weren't built for us.
Actually find that quite surprising. I always thought they were.
I mean, the way that your legs move on a bike is not necessarily the way that our legs move on a bike.
You can keep walking, and as this conversation kind of goes along, you can see the outline of a gas station. Roll me a perception check.
Seth is subtly missing the fact that he can no longer be little Seth. Therefore, it is going to be... That is the third nat 20 I have rolled in perception checks. I mean, it's not the one that it gave me because I didn't have advantage, but...
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 also on the other side. Couldn't be more. Oh, we both...
Not bad. All right. As you walk
Skuka
along,
is a tiny little bit wiser.
is he now? Maybe
It's
the
not-
world taught him something after all.
It's not the best use of that skill increase.
I think it's pretty good. As you walk along, you can see the outline of a gas station. And as you kind of look, and as you're walking, you're getting closer, there is one car. No cars have passed you at this point. It is sunrise in the middle of the desert. No cars have passed you. But as you walk along, you see in this gas station, the lights inside are on, and there is one car parked at the gas station. It looks like a Mini Cooper, but a Mini Cooper that has seen better days. It almost looks like one of the panels on the passenger side has been ripped off.
Does it have a roof?
Not anymore.
Does it look quite recognizable?
The 21, yeah, it does.
Does it look like it might have a DC 15 starting startup check?
You're not close enough to double check that yet.
Okay. You know.
I think that's my car.
I think that's your car.
That's your car.
Come on then, let's go.
Before we all get into this car, I step into the gas station.
Okay. We'll get to it. You see in a bit.
1980s gas stations are always fun.
Yep. As you go up to the car, do you go up to the car, Skuka, first?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go up to the car, there is a note on the windshield.
It's a parking ticket.
Probably. Is it bright yellow?
No, it isn't.
Thank God.
It's actually on really nice stationery.
All right.
And on it in slanted yet neat handwriting. Consider this one a freebie, my friend. Though you might have to go inside and pay for gas.
Put that in my pocket. Here, but it's empty.
Cepheus, did you try to get inside the car?
Yeah, I think Seth would try to open the doors.
They open.
As Cepheus goes to step into the car, I cast Reduce on them.
Wait, you can do that now?
I get 1 spell for taking an extra spell slot in Sorcerer.
Tiny Seth is still a thing.
Tiny Seth lives! And by this logic,
I don't
so
know
does
if I
Tiny
want to
Moore.
hug Skuka or Scrap more. Oh my god.
And Cepheus, you become small.
For a second, Cepheus looks around, almost distressed.
She's not here.
Like,
That was me, Cepheus.
oh, it's really, I'm glad you can do that. Thank you.
I'll get this thing fueled up and then we'll get on our way, shall we? And I start fueling the car.
Okay. I will say one thing. I know usually enlarge reduce is 1 minute, but because I believe if I'm inferring this correctly, you learned this. Maybe not because, but from Bubbles. It is the same modified version that keeps Cepheus small for an hour. Also, are we gonna play this game again? Are you gonna try and get it to exactly 2 gold?
Skuka fills the car without giving a fuck.
Okay, cool. You fill the car with 0 fucks given. The car is full, and the gas station dings 4 gold and 5 silver.
Then I check my purse.
After, not before. We got a world to save. Who cares?
I'm gonna wait for Cicera to come out before I go in.
Okay. Cicera, you walk inside, and it is very much a gas station. It is very much like a gas station 7-Eleven. linoleum floors, terrible fluorescent lighting. There are slushy machines against the wall. There are, candy bar counters and like shitty popcorn and even shittier hot dogs. And there is someone half asleep in like one of those garish sort of like red and green striped polo shirts behind the counter. And
I look at him. I look down at him.
As you look down, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 13.
Okay. On a 13, there is... God damn it, Zelda. There is... You kind of move to step in. There is a little, like, up, and a little husky puppy kind of runs through your legs, almost making you trip for a hot second.
Whoa!
And as you look behind the counter, it's Jay.
Jay?
Curly hair, sort of that scar on her forehead. She's got one of those really like shitty paper, like striped paper hats on. She looks kind of bored. She's just like, "Oh, hi. What are you doing here?"
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
I work here.
Since when?
Why does that matter? I need a job.
I guess so. Okay, what am I doing here? We just appeared on the road out of a portal from the Well of Knowledge because the devil is trying to destroy the world and we're the only ones that can save it. Yep, that's what I'm going with.
Okay. Start from the beginning? What's going on?
You know what? 1 minute. And Cicera walks over to that shitty looking machine with the rollers that keeps the hot dogs warm.
Mm-hmm.
How many hot dogs are on the machine right now?
6.
I take one off. I put it in one of those buns that they have pre-warmed, I'm sure. I go over to the condiments and fill the hot dog with condiments of every type. And then I put it in one of those little trays. And then I go back to the machine and take a second hot dog and put it in a bun and go over to the condiments and fill it with one of every type of condiment and put it in the tray. And then I do that 4 more times.
Okay.
And then I walk over to the counter with 6 hot dogs and a bag of chips and 3 of these.
Okay.
Make that 6 of these.
Okay. You are gonna pay for all that, right? Right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And however much gas it says on my friend's thing.
Oh, he's gonna have to come in here and tell me. Is that Skoka?
Yeah, that's Skuka.
Is that your brother?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Why is he small?
Wait, he's small? And I look out the window. And I'm like,
And you see a tiny Tevius.
how? What?
I don't know.
And I start looking out the window to see if Bubbles is back. I mean, she did
do
say
not
she
see
was coming
Bubbles.
back, but I didn't think it was going to take that long. I didn't think it was going to be that quickly.
There is no pink tiefling inside.
I guess I'm going to worry about that later. Hang on. Hold that thought. And I poke my head out the door. I open the door and I stick my head out. Skuka!
Yeah,
Why is my brother small?
I made him small.
You can do that?
Bubbles showed me.
Convenient.
Right, Cepheus, I'm gonna go in and settle up, alright?
How much is the gas?
Alright, I'm coming in.
Seth is gonna
Alright.
see Cicero with all the hot dogs and then look at his watch, which is broken now. It is flashing the same time, and it's the time that they left the portal. That's weird. I should get food, probably. It's been a while. And he's going to waltz his tiny body into the store. And you can see, like a child, now trying to reach all of the food and snacks that he possibly can.
And you can do that. Roll me a sleight of hand to see if anything falls on your head.
It's a 1 and a 20.
I know. Hey. So, I have a special rule. Hi, people in chat. If you haven't seen this show before, I, as a DM, have a special rule where if people roll nat ones, they have the option of taking a critical fail and making it into a success. But I, as the DM, get to introduce a complication into the game.
Please bury Tiny Seth in snacks.
Do you want to take? Or do you want to take the fail, or do you want to take a success with the complication?
I will take the fail.
Okay, cool. What exactly were you reaching for?
There's no more hot dogs.
There are no more hot dogs.
They're all on the counter being paid for.
Gosh, what are some good, like Hostess brand snacks, like sweet snacks and chips, and I'm trying to think of other like very.
Sometimes they have those like cold cut sandwiches in like a refrigerator in plastic wraps.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, he'll grab a few of those as well.
As you're reaching for these like packaged like coconut covered chocolate cupcakes, you kind of reach up and they're on like a cardboard display, and you kind of reach up and you grab them, and then you feel the entire display kind of tip and you fall ba-dunk, as the entire display
No.
falls forward.
I turn around.
Well, oh shit, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage because you fall. Hey, I didn't roll. I rarely roll high on damage. I can't believe I rolled that high on a cardboard display, but you know what? Here we are.
Seth is, I mean, I think he's big enough that he could probably get himself out of the display.
Oh yeah, I mean, like getting out, not a problem. You just do have a little bit of shame and also a couple of crushed packets of, yellow sponge cakes filled with cream and chocolate cupcakes with weird swirly designs on them. Generic brand stuff.
I'm sorry. I'll pay for it.
How
You
much?
see Jay
for
just sort
what
of
I've got here and what he's got there.
with that.
But
That's
He's gonna pull out tiny money.
oh my god.
Seth, put your tiny money away. I've got this.
So you know the meme of the little anime girl who puts the thing on the counter and she's like, I want this. That's basically Seth, but with his tiny money. And he wants his Twinkies.
Seth, put your tiny money away. It's I got this. How much?
Okay. For your hot dogs, that's 1 gold and one gold and 3 coppers for the hot dogs, and then another 7 copper for the chips, and then another 5 silver for the energy drinks. No, 6 silver because you got 6, right? Yeah. So that's 1 gold and 7 silver. For the display, your brother knocked over. Why is your money so small?
Yeah, don't worry about his money. It'll grow back.
I'm usually not this small.
No, I know. I've seen you. You're normally big.
I take my brother's small money and I
took opening shift because it's slow.
I put it in his little
What
hand.
is wrong with you all?
The university literally pays me to eat. It's part of the scholarship thing.
Okay, yeah, no, I believe you. It's fine. It's fine. The display is 3 silver and 2 gold, so it's a total.
I reach over
gold?
to the at the counter. They've got other snacks by the counter, I'm assuming. I reach over and I grab a pack of jumbo-sized Twizzlers, like the really meter-long Twizzlers. And I grab however many packs of those are on the shelf.
There are a solid. For these Twizzlers, there are a solid let's say 4. There's 4.
I grab 4 packs of those Twizzlers, and I put
cool.
those on these 2.
Okay. Those are. Those are 2 silver a package, and you're getting 5, so that's 1 gold. So you're up to 5 gold now.
I put 10 gold on the counter and say that's for the mess.
Is that also for the gas, or are you paying separately?
That's also for the gas. If that covers the gas, it's also for the gas.
I think. How much was the gas?
4 gold and 5 silvers.
Yeah, that covers the gas.
Done.
Where did you get all this money?
I've always had lots of money. I didn't spend it when we made our characters. Fourth wall break.
I mean,
The meta
thank you. And he's just gonna start like ripping open Twinkie packages and grab as many, even like the crushed ones. He's just gonna grab as many in his tiny arms as he can possibly carry.
I shove an entire hot dog in my mouth in one bite, and then I take 2 of my other hot dogs, and I take them in the little trays that they're in, and very much like the Hulk to Ant-Man, I put those in one of Seth's hands. And then I walk by.
Hey, Skuka, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go and grab a Mastodon bar. It's a nut bar with nugget that they later renamed to Sniggers. I didn't think that name through.
No, you didn't.
No, I was thinking like laughter, but it's not a good word to use at all, is it really? Never mind.
That's what Snickers already is.
It's a Mastodon bar. He's gonna grab one of those and then buy a packet of cigarettes.
Okay. Jay kind of looks at the candy bar and then the packet of cigarettes and just like, I'm gonna need to card you for that one.
Did they card anyone for cigarettes in the 80s?
No, that wasn't a thing.
I have no idea, but you know what? I wasn't alive in the 80s, so...
I'm fairly sure the Flintstones were like advertising cigarettes at the time, but we can totally go with this.
Yeah, that's very true, probably.
That is actually probably true. Yeah,
there was a time where they said cigarettes were healthy.
They did. That was this time.
Doctors, they had like doctors on TV saying that like smoking a cigarette a day was good for you or something like that. It was pretty bad.
No, I don't go outside. I stream games. Like, I don't know these things.
Look it up. You can find the Flintstones advert. It's Camel cigarettes, I believe, which just shows the advertising works.
I will redact that. You can buy your cigarettes without being carded, okay?
Thank you.
Your DM's gonna remember this.
Hey, Fred, you want to go buy some cigarettes, Fred? Bonnie.
Y'all are gremlins, all of you.
You're welcome.
I love you too.
Do they sell like clothes in these sort of things?
Yeah. They're like really, really like gaudy ones. Like they're just like the awful like kind of like polyester white shirts, and they have like that really awful like bright colored like Welcome to Old Hyperion kind of on the front.
Do they have a triple XL with wolves on it?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put on a triple XL shirt.
Hey, it probably fits over your horns right now, but then when you grow, it won't.
Yeah, you're gonna grow into it.
I'm literally gonna grow into it.
Okay, are there any leather jackets?
There's one leather jacket. It says
Roll me a d20, Scrat. Let's see. Are there leather jackets in this store? No. You do have advantages stacked up, though.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. There are no leather jackets in this store.
Can I make it 2 packs, actually? And then,
Yeah, you can. Sure, really. You're just, as long as you pay for it, really?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. That's an extra 2 gold and 5 silver for both of them.
Have you got change?
And then, well, yeah.
Pass 3 gold across.
Okay, 5 silver is handed across. Hey, so, Cicera, you mentioned the whole world-ending thing. You might want to explain that.
No, not really.
You can't just say that and then not explain that. You know that, right? Like, the whole world-ending thing is kind of a big fucking deal.
It's not
You
gonna
know.
end. We're gonna save it. And
Oh,
Seth's gonna go to walk out the door and step on the giant shirt and fall over and drop all of his goodies.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna save the world, I swear.
As you do that, Jay kind of walks over and sort of like looks at the door, taps it, and casts, where is it? There it is. And a shimmering gold lock, like a padlock, kind of on the door. And they just sort of look over you and go, okay, explain that to me again.
I thought I made it pretty clear. We're gonna go save the world.
Cool.
Seth is gathering up all of his snacks.
Cool. Fine. That's fine. Fine.
I'm assuming that near the door there's probably a crate full of tabloids and newspapers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I reach over and I grab a latest issue of a tabloid magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's called Mage Hand Press. And
Hey, don't sully the name of this channel's sponsors like that.
and product placement. I'm gonna flip through the tabloid for the latest news to see if end of the world shenanigans have started affecting what is being printed in tabloids.
No. Honestly, you look at the date. It is the day after you left. Like, no time has passed.
Yeah, but I mean they've been planning this for some time, so I don't know. Maybe
You know,
maybe the
this
world
one,
started imploding.
Look, you grabbed one. You weren't really looking at it. This one's just from Mage Hand Press. It's honestly just like a bunch of drink recipes.
Well, that's no help. I throw that magazine back on the shelf where I got it. And let me put it this way, Jay. If you have someone you love and you haven't told them how you feel, you should go tell them, okay? Not that we're
Okay.
gonna lose. We're not gonna lose. We're gonna win, but just in case.
Okay.
The devil's real, hell is real, and he's here. And he means business, okay? And I punched him really hard.
I light
and
my
he just
cigarette.
smiled.
I light my cigarette. I turn to Jay. They're both high. Can we go now?
Roll me a.
I don't
deception
even
check
argue.
At disadvantage.
I'm not a very good liar.
Makes sense. Jay just sort of looks over the floor and just goes, okay.
Did you say you 4?
What?
I thought you said Jay looks over you 4, and I got upset.
Yeah, I said Jay looks over you 4. Sorry. Of course habit. That makes sense for Jay. Jay looks at you 3. Notices that there are only 3. So just let me get this straight. You're gonna try and save the world, right? You're gonna try and not end it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone roll me an insight check at disadvantage.
Not very good at that either.
No, I'm gonna burn an advantage to cancel the disadvantage.
You can
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna
this
do the
isn't
same.
a DM imposed one. This is just because Jay can.
Ha.
Sephiroth's a 20.
Okay.
I roll an 8 and it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Susira and Skuka, you see Jay kind of look over you. Can't really read their expression. It looks almost confused, disappointed. You know, the fate of the world is in your hands, oh god. Cepheus, you look at Jay and there is a moment when you say, you're gonna save the world, and the corner of their mouth sort of quirks up. Good to know. And their demeanor has changed. They aren't frantic or scuttling around anymore. They are kind of standing taller, prouder.
Hey, Skuka. I really appreciate the reduce, the getting small thing. Can you reverse that for a second?
I haven't got any clue how.
You can.
This is literally the first time I've cast a spell ever.
You're joking, right?
It's not even a concentration spell.
No, he's not joking. I have never seen him cast a spell. I mean, there was that one time he tried to convince me that what he was doing in his bedroom was a spell and that he was learning magic. But, you know. Wand waving.
Hey, I put that in Zoom chat for a reason.
Share with the class.
Wait, you can't just end. Couldn't Bubbles just end the spell? You should
Bubbles
be
was a
able to.
little more skilled than Skuka is.
Yeah, she kind of was.
No offense, Skuka.
And you see Jay just sort of snap over at you 3. Kind of a
Why are
bummer.
we still here?
It's really kind of a
Jay.
bummer you ended up losing her. You know, we had pretty good plans, you know? We had some plans.
What do you mean? We had plans. You mean you and Bubbles had plans to
Oh
do stuff
no, I
together?
wasn't talking about her. I was more talking about the people up there. Hi.
Who are you?
He's talking about death. And
You mean
that's not,
the viewers?
that's not.
Who?
Famine, war, pestilence. Fortunately, you lost death, which is kind of a shame because they were the cool one. But whatever.
And who are you supposed to be?
I'm Jay. Who else?
I've had a long day. And even though I magically feel rested, that doesn't take those experiences away. And I've had quite enough of being talked to in this double talky way. So you're going to answer my question. Who the heck are you?
It's a real shame. Bubbles was the smart one. Not nearly
Okay.
as fun messing with you three.
All right. I'm done talking.
Okay. Fine. I mean, really, did you honestly think, hi, I follow you around everywhere. I'm your friend. Did you honestly believe that? Did any of you honestly believe that?
So, Sarah, are we doing this?
I can punch this person right now, right? Like that's okay. This is a person I can punch. I'm talking to Skuka and Seth, not to Jay, obviously.
I shrug and look at Cepheus.
I mean, hitting people isn't usually my go-to.
This isn't a person. This isn't a people.
Excuse you, I'm definitely a people.
So, what? I mean, pretending to be someone's friend is kind of hurtful.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, not sorry about that. Honestly, don't have any regrets about it. But you know what? I think you're my friends. You won me a bet. It's fine.
So are you just being mean for the sake of being mean?
Oh, I have plans. Oh, trust me, I have plans. But, hey,
Well, your plans, you're not going to see them to fruition.
I mean, look. Do you want to stop Scratch? Because, like,
Yes.
he's been getting on my ass lately, and I don't like him a lot either. And Jay snaps their fingers.
Seth is putting a little bit of this together. As not smart as he is.
Cecile is confused.
Jay snaps their fingers, and there is a moment where their polo shirt, their uniform sort of ripples. Cecile, you'll recognize the silhouette almost instantly, as there's sort of a shimmering gold light as like armor coalesces around them. Their face sort of shifts indeterminately between multiple different things. The scar on the forehead stays the same the entire time, and there are two gold horns that sort of up.
And what does this mean?
Let's just say I'm a little ace in the hole for you, all right? I never liked Scratch. He owes me one. The fact that you three are here means he didn't pull through. Which, honestly, I'm not a big fan of. So, I can help, if you want. Or I can leave you alone, and you can try and punch out the devil in himself with nothing but your bare fists.
Look at Sarah.
What are you suggesting?
So,
What are you suggesting?
oh, look, here. And they reach into a pocket and they pull out a little vial of thick purple liquid. Scratch will know what this is when he feels it and tosses it over to Cepheus. Put that on your axe. It hurts.
Cepheus drops like all of the snacks that he has to try and catch this thing. And kind of just like cradles it close.
Right, yes. You're the not smart one, right? That is venom from one of the most poisonous snakes in the world. Kind of sucks. Points to the scar on their forehead. So, why don't you give that to Scratch with me? Give that to Scratch with my regards.
Why do you even know about him?
That's a bit of a complicated story.
Oh, what? Complicated like us trying to save the world, so you locked us in your damn shop. Come on now.
Yeah.
Wait.
Turn and turn about.
You know about... Does he... to you?
No. Oh, no. Ew. No, I would never let someone like that in my head. No. I, came up with that plan to get you, all back in there.
All back in there.
Spelling it out, sorry. Small words. Hi. I told Scratch that if we broke the world tree and put it back together, the horseman would come back, as long as a bunch of other things. But mainly, the horseman would, get full power. All that fun stuff. We have similar goals. Or we used to. He went off the rails a little, but... Say lovey. That is life.
Hey, so are you at full power? He's kind of like rolling his eyes back into his head like he's looking at his brain.
Debating. If you get small, does War's voice in your head get small?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it is just
Coming
a
out of
voice
this-
this
yeah.
time.
There's a moment where War starts to speak and then goes, "Oh, thank God, I don't have to talk in the high-pitched voice." All right, yeah,
Yeah. Full power, right. Yeah, that's what I'm at. That's why everyone wanted to put the tree back together so everything could come back through. Right? Yeah.
I don't know about you, Sarah, but this J person's giving me serious enemy vibes. And I'm fed up of being played for other people's gain.
Yeah, me too.
We doing this?
We're doing this.
I would like to flick my lit cigarette at Jay and cast catapult on it.
Okay, do it. I'm not gonna have you roll for initiative because we've got like 20 minutes left, and I know Jay does things, but yeah.
DC 14 deck save.
DC 14 deck save. Cool.
And if you want to add in
4J.
any fire damage, the sneak damage can be fire. Okay, give me that.
This poor Jay.
Ah.
We've had a long day.
They just sort of ducked head. I mean, okay. I get it, you're mad. But hey, I'm not trying to end the world right now. So give me that much at least. Cicero, what do you want to do?
Oh, I want to punch him. Real bad. But there's a little voice in the back of my head, and it's not pestilence. It's Bubbles. She's telling me that there's a better way and that there's more important things to worry about. So I am going to punch something.
Okay.
And it's the window of his shop.
Their shop.
Their shop, sorry. Because I'm done being confined.
Okay.
And I step out.
As you punch the shop, make me...
And I take one extra snack,
Okay.
bag of chips, without
As
paying
you
for it.
punch the window, you are going to need to make me a intelligence saving throw. You're gonna break the window no matter what, but something else might happen.
An intelligence saving throw. That is my worst saving throw.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Do I use one of those? I'm saving those for the big boy. What the heck? Okay, I'm just gonna roll it. 13.
Okay. What's their spell save DC? Oh, okay. This is me messing around with what Arcane Lock does, but you know what? It's fine. I rolled pretty shit. You take what's their spellcasting modifier? Oh, you take 8 force damage.
That's a strong spellcasting modifier.
Oh wait. Let me double check that. I actually don't know. Did I update that? Oh, that's their to hit modifier. I don't know what their. Hey, Joshua, you DM. Is spellcasting modifier plus proficiency or not?
No. Spellcasting modifier is just their stat modifier.
Yeah, then it is just 8.
Okay.
You were able to break through this window, but then as you break through, that kind of translucent green lock that is shut across the door sort of vibrates. And as you break through the window, the lock itself sort of shatters. And you kind of feel this wave of force sort of collide into you.
I take it. And I turn back and I look at Jay and I said, Old Scratch, he's going down.
Okay.
You know what's good for you? You'll stay out of our way.
I wasn't planning on getting in your way. Not really my deal, to be honest. But have fun. Good luck. Send dear old Scratch my regards. He deserves what he's coming for him anyways.
Thank you very much to Dr. Petrichor, who says, alright, this session is so good, I got a sub here. They've subbed here with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. If your Twitch Prime is linked to your Amazon Prime, you can do the same, or anywhere else you want to, really. You also have an advantage to gift to a player of your choice.
Or DM.
Although the DM,
has enough.
Fat
The DM
stacks
has
of advantages.
More than enough. She got scared when I said I was saving mine for her boss, and she started saving hers too. Don't think I didn't notice.
No. No, let me get this. The advantages weren't from me. They were from gracious viewers who decided that the fat stacks of advantages you were hoarding weren't fair. Let me just be clear. I didn't roll a lot last session, so, you know. It just so happens that I got gifted 3 auto successes and a fat stack of advantages because people wanted to level the playing field. That isn't my fault. And you can walk out of this gas station. Jay does not try to stop you. They just sort of watch you go and they sort of doodles, have fun.
Hey, for the record, I kind of thought you were pretty cool, but, you know, I guess thanks for the venom.
You know, it was kind of fun being nice or whatever. I'll give you that much. You're not a bad group of people.
If you ever want to try it again. And he's just gonna put his arms out.
For a hug or just like a shrug?
No, just kind of like a if I'm here.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
And you know, you got me really worried for a second. That
I will say this much. If you think Old Scratch is working alone, you're very, very wrong.
I'll keep that in mind.
He's lucky he doesn't have you 4 on your side, on his side. But he's got other things. He's got other tricks up his sleeve. He doesn't have me anymore because he broke our promise. But be careful.
We'll do our best. We have someone to come back to.
Jay just nods and lets you leave.
And Seth will do just that.
Do y'all get in the car?
I throw my bag of I throw the bunch of snacks that I have into the back seat.
Do the Twinkies
I
in my
have a
stomach
gift
get bigger
sub.
too and keep me full?
Thanks to Potato Hallow. Thank you, Potato Hallow.
111 subs. How about that?
Wow, Tater.
All
Wow,
the ones.
Oh, we love you. Okay. Joshua, you have an advantage to give to a player or DM of your choice.
Skuka has the fewest number, so he can have it.
Thank you, I'm dying of it.
I throw
believe
my
Dr.
snacks in the
Petrichor
back
also
seat.
gives their advantage to you, Scrap.
Thank you. I'm glad the, even if it didn't damage, I'm glad the cigarette flick wasn't for naught.
Oh, it wasn't. It was not for naught. It was a perfect flick right at the center of the camera. It was awesome.
Thank you.
So cool.
I was
I will
pretty
give you
happy
cool
with-
points for that. It was super cool.
I throw the snacks into the back seat. I still have 3 hot dogs left. I keep those in my left hand, all 3 of them. I'm just holding the tray with the 3 hot dogs. And I get into the driver's seat, even though it's Skuka's car. And I say, come on, let's go. And just imply that I'm intending to drive.
Okay.
And I shove one more of the hot dogs just into my mouth.
Okay. You can
I
do
get
that.
another cigarette lit before the car starts up.
Uh-huh. I'm assuming you get shotgun?
Mushroom says they give the advantage to Skuka only because I don't think I can give it to Bubbles.
Hey, no, you can give it to Bubbles. I'm Bubbles.
No.
I'm
No.
sorry. I'm sorry. That was mean.
All right.
Give it to
I start
Skuka.
up the car. What do I have to roll for this? I do have proficiency in land vehicles.
Okay.
Unlike the owner of the
let's-
car.
It is still going to require a sleight of hand check to start. Or not a sleight of hand, but like if you have proficiency in sleight of hand, you can use that. But if you don't, then just use Dex with proficiency.
Well, I have the land vehicles
Cool.
thing. So I just
Oh.
I rolled a 20.
Heck yeah. You know what? This car almost starts up easier than you remember.
There
Does
you go.
the engine
It's
doesn't even chug a little?
It's the hot dogs.
It's actually weird. Like you're used to the engine kind of making that like sort of noise as it like floods or almost floods. This time the engine almost has a very smooth start. The inside of the car looks a little cleaner than you remember. The seats are nice leather, red leather. It's been upgraded.
Son of
Skuka,
a
someone upgraded your car.
I didn't think that'd actually happen.
Right. You did wish for that, didn't you? I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I did.
Wait. That was you wished for that from the devil.
I
Should we be
did.
driving this? Oh, what the heck. I'm gonna drive it anyway.
Look, we can do it, but let's do it ironically. I'm gonna take the CD player. I'm gonna take the cassette deck. I'm gonna take a cassette from my pocket, which simply says Ministry on the front, and I'm gonna play Jesus Built My Hot Rod by Ministry.
Okay, you can do that. And you can drive back towards. I'm assuming you're going back towards Old Hyperion,
Yes.
the town of the college. Okay, as you're driving, make me a perception or a nature check.
Everyone?
Ooh.
Everyone.
I'm going to use advantage. I've been getting a 20 on every single one of these perceptions.
Watch get double nat ones.
Out of 14.
You
You know, I'm gonna
wound
throw.
me, Mackenzie.
I'm gonna throw in one of my advantages.
Do it.
I'm still not sure on my position with fighting the big boss, so.
Cool.
An 8.
Okay. I saw fear flash your eyes for a moment. It was very amusing. Okay. As you're sort of driving along, thankfully, this isn't exactly entirely hard to notice because it's the entire sky. You kind of look around. The sky is orange, but there's no sun.
That'll be in the tabloids tomorrow.
As you drive along and you sort of glance out and you glance out sort of along the road and you see the shadows. The shadows they're almost gray, and they all have a very orange halo around them. On a fort, I'll say, Cicera, since you rolled the highest, you know this phenomenon. I don't know whether or not you've seen it before, but you've definitely heard of it. That orange halo that comes around shadows, that means there's a wildfire.
I do
And
know
as you
that
drive
phenomenon.
along, you start coasting towards Old Hyperion. The city, or the town itself, it's short buildings, old-timey brick face. They almost seem to be cast in this sickly gray light, sort of radiating this sickly orange. And as you drive closer, you can see the college. And the college itself, there is a column of thick smog sort of rising from it, and there's like flashes of red lightning. And as you drive towards this, there is a very, very sickly and a flaming skeletal bird starts swooping down, raining brimstone on the city as the apocalypse begins.
I'm gonna say this is really close to Steph's fear, and he's freaking out in the back seat,
And
like
that,
curled into a ball.
and that is where we're ending tonight's episode of Apotheosis.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. They just drive headlong into them, apparently.
Yep. Thank you very much, Mushroom. That sub's come through. I've applied that to myself. Thank you. The old Twitch Prime, second month sub. Thank you. Heck.
Yeah, Heck is right. Dr. Petrigor says, wow, what a session. Wow, what a session indeed. Oh, God, all of the feels.
And there comes Sphinx at the end to saving the world. A donation so everyone rolls on the roll table. If you like, Mackenzie, we can roll that now and you can have the week to prepare, or we can roll at the beginning of next week.
Oh, no. Roll now.
Wait, what are we?
Do
We
you
get to roll for bubbles?
Roll D100s. How many, it was everyone, right?
Yeah, everyone.
Everyone.
Because it was a 50 pound? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to roll for bubbles, I guess is the question.
do.
Do you
You're
want
the
me to
DM.
include?
You tell me.
Yes.
This is a group decision. Do you, is bubbles still counted as part of everyone?
Yes!
We're
How can you
Bubbles
ask that question?
Bubbles is never going to stop being one of us.
Hey, just wondering. I really pray someone gets a 69. Because this is my roll tables. These are the ones that I made. Also, hi, I took the wild magic table and rearranged them to the chaos magic table because chaos in this world means something different. Because Apophis the chaos serpent is up and running amok. So, I'm going to go look up and see what y'all rolled. Can you give me the numbers real quick?
5, 17,
22.
22, and 55. 85.
Okay, that was too quick.
Thank you, Raven, for clipping Mac's scream.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Give me a moment. You know what? Should I tell you what you rolled now? I feel like I kind of want to say what's gonna happen, but I also almost want to leave it a surprise.
Please.
Well, it's gonna be a surprise. Just
17. Okay, who rolled the 17?
That was me.
Okay, cool. This doesn't happen yet, but yours has to happen later next episode. So I'm just gonna write that down. What did let's see. 85
Zelda rolled
for
85.
Zelda, or for Susira.
I got a 22.
Okay, that has to happen next episode. 85. Susira got a 22, and then Bubbles got a 5. Susira.
Is 85 gets 1 expended use of the wish spell
No,
by chance?
no. I'm gonna reroll for Bubbles because that doesn't really apply. Because the one I rolled is you regain temporary hit points, but you know she doesn't need them where she's going.
Yeah.
Fuck, just keep on stabbing.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, all these
Moonshroom
are-
says Bubbles is and forever will be a part of everyone, and you're absolutely right.
I need Bubbles to roll something that doesn't apply to just them. Okay, no, that one works perfectly. If we have a little bit of time, as you sort of enter this as this bird swoops down, as you all kind of start driving along, all 3 of your chests starts to they pulse with that radiant white light. You can't hear Bubbles' voice, but you can almost hear her sort of a sigh and a laugh. And so for any of you who do an action that requires a saving throw, creatures have disadvantage for your next action that requires a saving throw. For all 3 of you.
Well, heck.
Like that?
That is Bubbles' parting gift to you.
Thanks, Bubbles. Also, she's not gone. Parting gift. Speak about her like she's dead. She's coming back. Someday.
She'll be back someday. So, how we doing? How we feeling?
Oh, what an episode.
Hmm.
I only
I-
cried like twice.
I really wanted to give. I didn't just want to NPC Bubbles the entire time. I wanted to give her a proper farewell. Because she's been so. Both Raven and Bubbles have been absolutely wonderful this entire campaign. Raven built a lot of Old Hyperion. Bubbles has been an absolute joy to play with, and watching all 4 of you interact has been an absolute joy. And I didn't just want to let that go, so I wanted to give everyone a chance to say goodbye.
Well, it definitely hit me. Not just this year, it hit me, broke me a little bit. I'm really sad. I knew it was coming, but damn, saying goodbye is hard. That whole journey through the well was really rough for Sisira, but he's really tall, but I feel like he grew 10 inches taller after that.
I'm so proud of y'all as characters. Y'all, I'm just watching y'all grow through the past several episodes has just been an absolute treat. So,
like I
it's
said,
been fun.
Like I said, I don't even recognize the guy who cared about his hair anymore. And it's true. Sisira is so different now than he was at the start of this show. Leaving that bottle of hairspray behind was, it was a physical, visual, symbolic moment that shows his change. But, it meant so much more than just the act of leaving something behind.
Well, anyways, you are all level 8 now, and as we head into the last 3 episodes of the campaign, the apocalypse has officially begun. So we will see what happens next week.
Or 4, 3, and 1 if you prefer. I very nearly took a 4th multi-class, but I thought the extra little bit of sorcery would be just perfect.
It was perfect, Scrat.
Okay, so we have credits to outro with. Thank you very much everyone for coming along. Check out these social links. Come and join us in the Discord if you want to talk more about the show. Find the character playlists that we've made and all those other good things. Also check us out on Twitter. Send me a DM if you want to get a game. I'll get you a game. And also check out YouTube where you can catch this and all the other all the other shows, there's a really interesting link. It confuses me every time I look at it, because I'm sure it should say, like, my name there somewhere, but it doesn't. Well, let me know if that link works, someone. Also, check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press, who made the Dark Matter expansion for 5e, which you can check out on Thursdays at 1 p.m. ET, DM'd by my wonderful wife Alice. It's timey-wimey and a bit of a headfuck, but we love it. Also check out our other sponsors, who are the Deck of Many Things. And I believe, Josh has been holding up the Deck of Many NPCs this session, and at the moment they have a sale on their Deck of Animated Spells, where you can get a $5 discount if you buy the first bundle, I believe. So go and check that out too. Yeah. Oof. Big emotions. Until next time, keep on evoking them, and we'll see you all later on, same time next week. Bye.
Hi guys.
Iliawoo.